Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. They always tell me, don't quit your day job, because there's no future in it here on YouTube for it, so I'm off to my day job. It may be the off season, but that's actually when all the real work begins for the Dallas Cowboys, because one thing about the Dallas Cowboys are they keep you on the edge of your seat. They literally are the talk of the town. Even though we are still here in conference championship weekend, all eyes are on Dallas. And what is Jerry Jones, Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan, hell, even Stephen Jones gonna do? We have literally talked to death Scott Linehan's situation, from Jason Garrett saying, oh, the coaching staff, no major changes and stuff, to walking it back, to Stephen Jones basically saying, pump the brakes on that situation, and now Jerry Jones chiming in today. This is only 24 hours. Jerry Jones basically saying, you know what? Speculation about who's staying and going is just that, because I haven't even thought about it yet. And this is just the first week of the offseason. So Jerry was asked about paying the men. Who are the people that you are worried about re-signing? He said, of course, Dak, Zeke, Tank, Byron, all these guys are important. You want to pay them, but hell, I want a bigger boat. Jerry? Didn't you just get that one? That's like 360 feet long. What's next? An aircraft carrier? Come on, man. A bigger boat. Anyway, the numbers have to work. And the one thing the Dallas Cowboys are great at doing is making numbers work, okay? As much as everybody is panicking and jumping and saying, we can't sign everybody, I want you to understand where we used to be just a few years ago. We used to be at the point of this time of year being about 20, 25 million over the cap. Having to gut the team just to get to zero, okay? That's not us now. Because of the team letting go of Tony Romo, and I know you Romo fans still think he should be here, because of letting Dez Bryant go and some other players and things like that, we had a big dead money situation this past year, like $25 million. That's gone. Those big ass contracts, they're gone. Okay? They signed Zach Martin to a long-term deal, which gave them cap relief. And in that contract, they have a couple of triggers that if they need money next 4 or 5 years, they can just basically sign a piece of paper, and boom, $8 million just like that. Boom, another $8 million. Now, basically, that's gambling that player plays a long career, because Tyron Smith is the reason why his number is as high as it is because they've used those triggers. The reason why we had so much dead money because of Tony Romo is because they kept using those triggers. Ultimately, you don't want to. But here's the thing. If you're the Dallas Cowboys right now, the last 3 seasons have been winning seasons. You have, for the most part, owned your division. You've not had more than, well, you can even go back to 2015. We only had 3 losses, and we only won 4 games in the season in the division. 2016, you lost 2. Last year, you lost 1 in the division. You look at what you got on paper, and that says to you, right now, Tyron Smith, we don't know how many years he's got. Zach Martin, he's at the peak of his career. If you're getting Travis Frederick back, you look at next year and say, we need to lock these guys up because we can make runs for the next couple of years with them. You look at how long the shelf life is for DeMarcus Lawrence. Right now, DeMarcus Lawrence, he looks better than ever. You you figure he's got about a good 3-year window. You look at your running back. Zeke Elliott's in great shape right now, but you know you can't run him for more than about 3 years or so the way you're doing. Then he'll start going downhill. Quarterbacks, well, Drew Brees is 40 years old right now. Tom Brady is over 40. You know you've got the window there with Dak as he develops. So this is where you say, okay, if we can lock up a Zeke Elliott and push some of that money down the road when the cap goes up, and Dak Prescott and Byron Jones, that will also actually, believe it or not, leave you money to say, you know what, maybe we need 1 or 2 impact guys in free agency that will get them over the top. Because listen, I know you're disappointed. I know you've looked at this season as a failure, but this was a big stepping stone. This was at least finally getting a win in the playoffs. This was the maturation of Dak Prescott having to throw more and having to win games with his arm when Zeke wasn't there. This was learning how to shuffle the offensive line because people are injured, and winning when things aren't perfect. So that's where you start looking at this thing and saying, we've got about 3 or 4 years with the players and the talent that we have to try and win the Super Bowl. And you do everything that you can to maximize the opportunity. And who would you say, Si, that they would be interested in?
Earl Thomas.
That's one of them. And I think you need an impact tight end, because that's the spot that is the security blanket for the quarterback. That is the possession guy. And Blake Jarwin came on and things like that. Dalton Schultz, he played good at spots. But you need a true game-changing tight end. And I think if you can get that, maybe another big man to go in the middle, there ain't no reason why the Cowboys can't challenge for Super Bowls. So yeah, let's get those guys signed. Let's get them under contract with a team-friendly contract. Let's keep some cash. Not for the boat, but for a free agent or two. All right, guys.